Today on Motherish, we're excited to welcome a travel expert, Tabetha Weeks, whose tips have helped thousands of families explore the world with ease. She's the creator behind TW Travel Tricks, known for practical advice, smart hacks, and inspiration for stress-free adventures.
We read the books, we bought the things. We thought we were ready. And then life took our plans and changed them. I'm Karen, I'm Victoria's mommy, and I work in tech.
And I'm Pamela. I have a baby boy named Ford, and I'm a journalist. And although we're both first-time working moms, we're actually pretty different.
And that's totally okay. Because we both agree that our most important work is raising our kids. We really need each other and can only get through this together. Welcome to Motherish Moments.
We are so excited for this guest. We love to talk all things travel, and we're getting ready to plan all the holiday travel. Yeah, we're manifesting.
I love to travel. She loves to travel. We're Peruvian.
We're here.
Hey, Belmont.
But before we welcome our guests, why don't we start, as usual, with our motherish moment of the week?
Perfect. I'll go with mine. So Victoria currently has her two front teeth loose at the same time. And it's so crazy because one of them has kind of twisted a little bit, like a tiny little bit, but it's so crazy how it totally changes her face, right? Like, I'm like, man, teeth really, they do a lot for us. Just a little moment of gratitude for teeth. That's all.
That was okay. Whoa.
Look at she just all day. She's like, look, mommy, look at it. Look at it. I'm moving it in front of you. And I'm like, oh my God, stop.
How funny. So this week, my mother's moment, I was at work and my mom sends me a text and says, hey, so Ford lost two teeth because he hit a wall and they were loose. He lost them. Okay. And then he's had a few in the bottom that have been like wiggly. He's like, I have a wiggly tooth, which is so cute. So finally, he lost a tooth this week. I get the text from my mom, and he's like, hey, by the way, he told me that Isabella from his class also lost a tooth this week, and she got $20 for the tooth. So he's expecting to get the same amount. And then I thought, I'm like, I don't think he got $20. I think he got maybe 5 for one and 5 for the other. So I did this whole survey, like in a chat. I was like, hey, what's the average price?
What's the going rate?
What's the market? What's the going rate for like a tooth? Average answer was $10, but I feel bad. So then I'm like, first of all, I never have cash with me. So I was like at work trying to ask one of my producers. I finally found someone with a $20 bill. I like sent her a Zelle. And then I was like, am I giving into it? So just like, so, cause then I'm like doing the math, right? I'm like, there's a lot more other teeth coming.
You're setting yourself up.
Right.
Just saying.
So whatever, I gave in, of course. I put a $20. He's like sleeping. He was sleeping in my bed.
$3 when I was little. I mean, inflation, but like.
I think I got like un sol. I don't know.
Yeah.
In Peru. But, he's sleeping. He was sleeping in my bed that night. So I kind of like moved in quietly. I like did the switch. I put the $20. And then I put a note. Like I wrapped a note to it. I'm like, be good, be kind, like 3 things.
Words of affirmation while we can get them in.
Exactly. So I wrapped the $20 bill with this note, with these 3 statements. And then I put him on the bed. And then when he woke up, he realized I was sleeping on the bed where the tooth was. So he's like, Mom, I left my tooth. Move. So he like pushes me out of the way. He moves the pillow and he finds the note. He opens the notes. He sees the $20. He was so excited. And then he reads the note. And I was like, okay, be good, be kind. I forgot what the last one was. And he looks at me. He goes, she used a Sharpie because he's not allowed to use Sharpies. But again, he smelled it or you could tell when it's a Sharpie. I thought it was so funny. I'm like, she used a Sharpie. The first, the tooth fairy used a Sharpie. It was cute. But yeah, so now I'm stuck with $20 teeth now.
Oh my gosh. Tabetha, do you want to join us with your motherish moment?
Both of them involving teeth. I feel like maybe yours might get her 2 front teeth for Christmas. And then, so right? And then you're going to be trying to find some deals for Christmas because of all the money you have to spend on those teeth.
Yeah, for sure.
For my motherish moment. So first of all, thank you guys so much for having me on. This is so exciting. I love talking travel, anything. But yeah, my motherish moment is, so I have 2 boys, my 4 and my 6-year-old, and my 6-year-old is definitely wild, like the leader of the pack and just very independent, whereas my 4-year-old is very much like a mama's boy, what I thought being a boy mom would be like. And yeah, this was the first time this year that he wanted to boo somebody because he saw older brother doing it and he's getting a bit more into it. And so he decided that he wanted to boo this little girl at school. And I'm like, oh, okay, who is she? Who's her mom and dad? But it was just so precious. Like he wanted to pick out the perfect candy for her and like write her this
Is
little
that like when you like give like a special treat to another child?
Yeah, so like I don't know if it's just a Texas thing or what, but we will do little boo baskets. And so if you get booed
Okay.
by
I love that.
somebody,
Yes, I saw those. Yes.
I've seen those.
I love
yeah.
I want
that.
someone to boo me.
I know. I'm like, okay, I'm here. Boo me.
Sometimes I'm also like, this is a lot of junk and we don't need to be spending money on this.
It's true. It's true.
I'm always like, let's save our money for travel. But it is super cute. It's fun to see the kids get into it and like who they want to boo and all that kind of stuff.
That's so cute.
That's adorable. I love that. So why don't we welcome Tabetha? Welcome to Motherish. We're so excited. We shared this before, but during this summer that Ford was 5 years old, I became obsessed with traveling with him. It was like night and day between, 2, 3, 4. And it was always like, I love having him around. I love being with him. But this was fun. Like it was like having a travel partner. Like he was involved in like, getting to choose where we went. It's just so much easier. I know that people use that word a lot, throw it around a lot, but like for me, it became so much easier to travel with him, like even on the plane. And it's just been fun. And then this last weekend, I actually did a girls trip, very short, like a 2.5-day trip to Hendersonville, North Carolina, which was amazing, so beautiful, so nice, so peaceful. And I missed him. At first, I was like, oh, we're not taking the kids. And they're like, no, we're just going to do, just the moms. I was like, okay. But yeah, it definitely is a shift between, from one age to the other. And it really, just makes it more fun to bring him along.
Oh my goodness, yes. I don't know if you guys have seen those reels, but they're spot on. When you see like traveling with an infant, you think, oh my gosh, this is going to be like, I remember almost having a panic attack traveling with my first when he was like 2 months old on a plane because you just don't know. Are they going to cry the whole time or what? But looking back now, I'm like, that was the easiest time where you could just strap them to you, go about your day, do whatever you want versus like that 2-3 year age, like good night. Oh my goodness. They are just, their own little humans and they can walk and talk and scream and let you know how they're feeling. And so that age is a blast. They're super cute when they're happy. But when they're not, you're going to hear about it. And so that age was a bit wild traveling with them. We're sort of getting out of that stage. Like I said, my kiddos are 4 and 6. And so we've been able to start getting into this like nice little groove. Like you were saying, like this past summer, we went to Puerto Rico. We went to, just Hawaii and different places that it was definitely a shift. It's different now and they don't need as much anymore. Like we don't have to request the crib or always have a stroller and that kind of stuff. So it's nice.
I also didn't appreciate them being allowed to fly with you and sit with you until you start actually having to pay for their own tickets. Yeah. And that for me was like, oh, what? So now it's like, it's a big difference. And I wish I would have taken more advantage of when they're younger than 2 years old, that they're able to sit with you and travel for free pretty much. So that's a lesson learned. Yes. But what's the first advice, Tabatha, you give to moms or parents planning, for example, the holiday vacations? Like a lot of people get very easily overwhelmed. What are the first things they should be looking at when it comes to traveling with children?
First of all, I just want to say, don't care what anybody thinks. You are doing what's best for you and your kiddo, and that's what counts. If somebody wants to give you a dirty look or they want to make a comment, like, you don't have to live with that person. You're not making their childhood special for them. You're focused on your kid. So like one ear and out the other as best you can. Because, traveling with my kids all the time, you hear things, everyone has an opinion, right? And at the end of the day, you're doing what's best for you and your kids. So I just want to encourage moms on that front of like, you know, do what is best for you guys, and don't try to bend over backwards, making everyone around you feel like they're not in a public space with a child that should be allowed to be a child.
Yeah.
So like when grown adults can't behave on planes, let's not throw shade at kids or moms. And then the other tip is if your child does start crying on an airplane, just have your husband walk them up and down the aisle, because they look at daddy and they're like, oh, look at that sweet guy trying to take care of his baby, versus mama over here. They're like, she needs to get that baby to behave.
That's
so I always
how
joke
the different filters of how we look at like man holding child. Oh, what a cute dad. Okay.
Yes.
How do you?
But no. So
where do you start with the planning, Tabitha? Is like you pick a destination and then plan everything around that destination according to your children, or is it better to find the good deals? Like how do you start the planning? I'm looking into the week of Thanksgiving, and I'm kind of like overwhelmed with the choices. Like I don't know if to look for something where I'm gonna get a good deal, or I don't know if to like pick a destination and try to find the deals around that destination. Like how do you start a planning when it involves like, just more than yourself?
So, well, hopefully the government gets their stuff together. And so right now we have booked a trip to Mexico City. We love Mexico. My sister-in-law is from Mexico. And it's just Mexico City is gorgeous, right? So we hopefully will be able to go there. And we chose that for Thanksgiving specifically because usually flying internationally is best to do during Thanksgiving. If you think about it, this holiday, this holiday is celebrated by Americans, right? I mean, Canadians celebrate.
By the way, FYI, I'm like just throwing it out there so I could manifest it.
Ooh.
And I saw that Paddington Bear is having like a show, so I want to take forward to that. Okay.
Yes, that would be so fun. No, so the best time to go would be during Thanksgiving time.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you do want to fly, just to avoid the crowds, like if you think about it, a lot of people are flying internationally, usually in the summer or during Christmas time. But Thanksgiving is that little sweet spot. And so I would say if you do plan on traveling internationally, I would try to do that during the Thanksgiving time. You tend to see better deals. Now, domestically, that's not generally the case, but internationally it is. So I would definitely pay attention to that. Some of my biggest tips I give moms is make sure that you sign your kid up for frequent flyer miles, because a lot of parents forget to do that.
Yes.
And so then they're like, oh, we've already taken so many flights, but their kid doesn't have a frequent flyer number. So they're not collecting those. So like we took our kids to Hawaii on points. But that's something else another reason why we chose Mexico City is because of the time change. So like we have gone other places around the world. Like just when we went to Hawaii, it was gorgeous. It's beautiful, but also you could go to St. Thomas and it's not as big of a time change and it's still gorgeous and beautiful. And you might not be woken up in the middle of the night with kids that are ready to go.
Rough with kids. Time changes are so tough.
But they're rough, but they're awesome. I'm always so impressed by how resilient they are. Like they adapt so much easier than sometimes adults. And again, for moms and dads listening who have younger kids, really take advantage when they're younger, like Tabitha mentioned, the strollers, strapping them on, being able to like just put them in the crib. There's so many things that sometimes we don't appreciate until they are running around, like, asking you what they want to eat, telling you what they want to do. So there's definitely like pros and cons for different ages, I think, for children.
Yeah. And then just going off of that, like you were saying, like the tickets, like wanting to save money and on that free plane ticket, having them as a lap child. Also make sure that you're not spending, at least for me, I'm like more budget conscious. I don't want to spend money on
all our budget.
I do not want to spend money on seat selection. So like that's an extra added cost, but you don't have to. Almost all airlines now at this point, because there is a law coming into place where 14 and younger have to be placed with their parent. It's not the law yet, but the DOT is working on it. And so right now, most airlines have voluntarily taken this up. So like when we book our trips, we don't pay for seat selection. We'll just book it, and then we call and we say, hey, I'm flying with my. Mm-hmm.
How do you
So that's
handle,
another.
what kind of traveler are you for packing? Are you a carry-on only? Are you like, I'm moving out and I'm bringing seven luggages? Like, let us have a peek into your world of how you pack.
Okay, so I put together this group of Instagram mommies that love to travel, and we share all kinds of tips in our little group chat about things. And there's this one mom that I am just blown away. She is a carry-on only with all three of her kids. Two of them are twins. Oh my goodness, I am just like blown away,
I said
impressed
when we go
that she
skiing, I can't. I've tried, but it's impossible. And even still, like
yes,
I leave some stuff behind, like now that, but it's just. But I always rather carry on whenever it's possible. So, but in the summer it's
yeah.
easy. In the winter it's impossible. So
Yeah, because in the summer I have like my cute little bathing suits and a
yeah,
little cover up shorts versus like winter I have layer, 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 and then huge puffy jacket. So yes, I definitely cannot do carry on only. I wish I could, but what we try to do is we put all the important stuff in our carry on. So like the things that you do not want to go without.
right.
So we definitely have at least one change of clothes for everybody in the family, plus pajamas, plus a couple extra diapers, things like that. And then in the big suitcase, I'll put all the other junk that we probably don't need to
Yeah.
bring, but I do. I'm definitely an overpacker, but I love to use cubes. So we've tried all the things.
Me
If
too.
we're going on a road trip, then I'll definitely do the over the like shoe rack. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
You hang them up. Yeah. So like I love that because it's so easy to unpack. We just got back from New Mexico not too long ago, and we did an Airbnb. We drove, and so there it's easy. You put the clothes in each day for the shoe rack, and you can just hang it up. There's
I
no
love that.
unpacking. You know exactly where everything is. I love that. It's not so efficient for flying, right? Because it's so bulky. And
Yeah.
so when we fly, I put everything in those cubes. And it depends on where we're going. Like when we went to Cancun Playa Mujeres this past summer, I packed it where we had our bathing suits all in one cube. We had our pajamas all in one cube. But then I've done it other ways where I pack by the day. So like my clothes, my husband's, and our kids' clothes for that day in that cube, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But we've also done it where sometimes before kids, my husband and I are going on a trip, and I just throw all kinds of junk inside the bag. And so, you know, it's for me, I always say I start packing at least I try the week before we leave, because there's always those little things. Again, for me, I overpack where I'm like, oh, we could need this, we could need that, and so I'll want to stop at Target every day leading up to the trip to grab those things that I forgot.
You're like, my actual clothes does not suffice for this trip.
Question. Let's talk about memberships, and because the other day I booked a hotel and then I realized that I had this Bonvoy, whatever, the Marriott, I don't know what it was, and I got a major upgrade. Like I'm like, I've had this for so long, I never use it. It's free, right? So why don't we talk about which ones are worth it? What are we talking about? These are like hotels. There's also like some of the credit cards that give you a bonus. Like what are the things that you think are worth either applying for? Which ones are free, which ones are worth paying for, that eventually will give you all these perks
for travel,
and why we should be using them.
Yes. I mean, there's so many options out there. It's insane to not take advantage. So I have a friend that's like deep into the points stuff.
There's
not know
a science behind it, by the way. It's like once you figure out, though, I'm always very impressed. I'm like, why are we taking advantage of this?
Yes, 100%. And so they travel all the time and it's always on points. And so for her, she runs her own business. She's a dentist. And so she's able to, she has to spend a lot of money on her business in order to, so she can rack up those credit card points. Right. But for us, we don't spend, like you were saying earlier, for the tooth fairy, you didn't have cash on you. I never have cash on me because I want to use my credit card. I want to earn points. And so for us, and you can get credit cards for like the Bonvoy, like you're saying, Marriott, or for Hilton,
And at first, I think
whatever.
my Bonvoy one is just like one of those free. I think one day at a hotel when I was traveling for work, and this is many years ago, they asked me to fill out a form. It was a free one.
Yeah.
So I know there's
Yeah.
both. There's one that is attached to a credit card, and there's one was just like a free membership, kind of like a, the more often you stay in one of our hotels, it's a points account, and that's one that actually I'm getting a lot of like upgrades, and kind of like whenever I remember to show the card, because sometimes I forget, I automatically get like an upgrade.
And it's incredible too, because like we were at
It's like a loyalty. That's what it's called, the loyalty program.
Yes. So I have my husband and I have the free loyalty program, and we were at the Gaylord here in Dallas, and it is gorgeous. Like everybody wants to go stay at a Gaylord for the holidays. I can't remember what it was, like July 4th, something, whatever. It was packed. And the best thing for us at that moment because I always tell people, do not check in online, go up to the desk and just ask for an upgrade, because a lot of times they will. As long as you ask, then you might get one. If you don't, you're not going to. So if you check in online or on your phone, you're not going to get one. So anyways, I tell people to go up to the desk. However, this time the line was so long. It was insane. And I'm not waiting in that long line with my 4 and 6-year-old. They're going to go crazy. And so I was so thankful for the free loyalty points, like app or whatever, because you can just check in on there. It tells you your room number, everything. You go up, you scan your phone, you get into your room. And so for moms, like that is huge. That is a game changer for me as a mom, like not having to stand in that huge line. But back to your question about the points, what we like to do is we live right next to Dallas Fort Worth International Airport, and it is a hub for American. So we fly American all the time. And so we get the American credit card because it automatically gives you a checked bag. And y'all know me, I need that checked bag. And so that saves us money there. Plus we earn points. Plus it gets you into the lounge, which a lot of lounges when you're flying are really nice for kids. They have like little kids rooms, a TV, some toys. And so, and just like think about the food that's giving all 4 of us a meal. And so it kind of pays for itself, the credit card. But we collect our points on there. And then we also have the Bonvoy, like you were saying, with Marriott. We also have rewards with Hyatt. We love Hyatt hotels. Those have been incredible with kids.
By the way, it's also very important to look into, because now all these hotel chains have bought other chains. So sometimes you'll stay like at a Ritz-Carlton, and Ritz, I think, is owned out by, forgot what it was. I don't know if it's like Hilton or Hyatt, what are those? Ended up buying the Ritz-Carlton. So a lot of these hotels don't look into like who actually owns the franchise or the hotel line, because sometimes you have a membership to that, and that also gives you privileges into that hotel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Marriott that owns them. We were looking the other day at staying at the Ritz, and was it DC? And I think it was only like 50,000 points for the night, which really is not a lot for the Ritz. And so, yes, you're right. I think that too, a lot of people don't think about the sign up bonuses for credit cards. Like we have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and every year these credit cards do these like bonuses if you sign up for the credit card. And so if you just look out for them, follow somebody who does points. That's what I do. I'm not deep into the points. I don't know all of these things, but I follow other people on Instagram, and they just post, like there's this girl, Katie Travel Tricks, and that's all she does is points. And she posts all the time, like this person's having a deal. This person's having a deal. You can fly here. And so that's all. I just follow them, and that's how I get my deals.
With how much time do you prepare before a trip, and what do you do? For example, week before you do this, the day before you do that. Like, what are some of the tips you could share to make the day of traveling less stressful?
Yes. So traveling with kids is stressful enough, right? Like we want to have everything locked down, good to go. What I love to do, and what I always encourage mamas to do, is to try to book an early flight. Not like the crack of dawn,
Okay.
but try to do earlier. Everybody's in a better mood. People are nicer to you. Your kids are happier, generally
Yes.
speaking. Versus, and also if something happens to your flight, you're more likely
Yes.
to get rebooked to still make it to your destination. And so that is step one. Before you do anything, plan a flight that works for you and your family, which for us is always morning flights. And so we try to make sure to have that planned. With that said, we also want to make sure that we have everything prepared the night before. Since we're leaving in the morning, we don't want to leave anything left to rush around. So like chargers, for example, we do not take our chargers from home. We don't want to be unplugging them after using them that night and trying to remember to pack them. Anything like that, buy more.
Okay, so
It
you're saying
will
it's
help
worth
you.
buying an extra set just for traveling.
Yes.
I need to do
Yes.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Same with my razor. I always forget my razor. I finally gave up on it and bought a bunch to just put in my travel bag, and I take those with me. And so like razors, chargers, baby monitors too. So I have a hack for moms out there. If you don't want to buy a travel baby monitor, then you can get an app. It's a free app. There's tons of them. This one is called like Alfred Camera, I think is what we use. But if you have an extra phone, like most people have an iPhone laying around at home, charge it, pack it, bring it with you, and it's really slim. And you set that up, you download the app on that phone and your phone, and it turns it into a camera. So it's a baby monitor, a travel baby monitor.
Oh, she took me real back she took me way back with the baby monitor.
I had an extra one. I remember putting an extra one in my baby shower registry, thinking about that. I'm like, wow, I could take this one when I go to someone else's house, when I go on vacation. So I always had like, and it was just like a one camera one, like the simple, like the cheapest option, and it would do the job.
Baby monitors completely.
I would just stare at it all day.
It's nice kind of like if you are staying at an Airbnb, so like your kids can go to sleep, you can still monitor them, but you can go sit on the patio, or even in a hotel, like if there's a patio at your hotel, you know, and you can not have to go to sleep when the kids go to sleep.
Right.
So yeah, we love that. Definitely don't leave anything for a last minute. Have it all packed. Your toiletries, just have it all packed. And then also, like I said before, try to start packing at least a week prior. I am the crazy lady that I want all the cute outfits. I want us all to match. And so
yes, every
yes,
vacation
right.
book, yes.
Yes.
And
And
so I find
so
myself buying for vacations I haven't even booked, right? I'm like, oh, this will be so great for like my fall trip. Where am I going, girl? Where are you going? No way. I haven't booked anything, but it helps me to like, you know, especially if it's on sale.
Manifest.
Yes.
yes, manifest. Yes, exactly. So again, you want everybody to look cute and match. Well, if one kiddo grew out of something, I got to get him something to match us. And so that takes time. And so, yes, I start planning and packing everything the week before. I get it all in our cubes and have it all packed. And like literally the bags are zipped up, ready to roll next to the door. So like there's nothing that we're packing last minute, because that always, you know, puts a wrench in it. You forget something. And then I have my packing list that I literally have printed out and will read as we're backing out of the driveway. It's not so bad anymore.
I get back to doing that. When I moved to this new house, almost like 5 years ago, more than that, almost 6 years ago, I never got a printer in my house. So now printing to me is
you
like,
still don't have a printer?
I know.
It's been years. Like,
I'd be like, Karen, can you print this for me? She's like,
my
what?
God.
Yes. Like, so I need to get a printer
Christmas
because I am a big, like, paper, writing down, taking notes. Like, I'm a big, like, old school, you know, like, I need a list, check it off, like, circle it, highlight it, you know, color coordinate it. Like, so yes, the list.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not so bad now that the kids are older. We have less stuff, you know, but we went to Breckenridge, Colorado for a ski trip, literally a ski trip. And I'm this like travel queen, follow me. I have all these tips for you. I forgot my son's ski jacket.
No.
What is wrong with me?
I know.
How
And
do you
everything
do
in
that?
the ski resorts are literally like 4 times the price. So I
Yes.
think 4 had to
Yes.
get extra gloves because he lost a glove. And I think we paid like an astronomical amount. Like the dad was like, what? I'm like, well, you know, you lost a glove. I don't know. What is worth are not worth packing? Like, what is something that you're like, you know what, if you need extra of this, it's okay, you could get it, you could find it there. Like, what are some of the items that you think are not worth like overpacking?
Girl, you're the one to ask
She's
about
like,
this.
that's not a question for me.
You're like, I pack them home. I don't know.
Yes, no. Honestly, the thing that's not worth packing. That is such a good question.
I feel like every time
See.
I don't pack something, I am so upset at myself. I think like one time Ford had an allergic reaction to something, which is not allergic to anything, but he like broke out a little bit of a rash. And I was like, why didn't I pack the Benadryl? Like, why did I was so hard on myself, so upset at myself because that's usually like the one, the Benadryl, Tylenol. Like I take like a little set, but since I was carrying on, I couldn't take a lot of the liquids.
Yeah.
So then I found these Benadryl, like I think it's another brand, but pretty much the same medication on capsules. So they're little like capsules. And I just take a few of those, threw them in there, and I was able to carry those on.
So question for you. Let's talk on airplane entertainment for your children. What do you do? How do you entertain them on flights?
Okay, so it's definitely changed over the years, but we love this travel kit. It's actually made by my friend Olga. She runs an Instagram account called Mini Jet Setter. She's great, super helpful.
Send
But
us the link. I love all this. DM us the link.
Yeah,
I want it.
it's really awesome. It's like this little travel kit. It is magnetic. It's super thin and small, and she just puts a variety of toys in there, so it's very open ended. Your kids don't get bored. We've had this since we went to Toronto, and I was hanging out with her like 2 years ago, maybe, or something, but my kids still love it. And so it has like the magnetile blocks, the sticks, the little people, like all those little things. And you can like make little race cars. And anyways, it's great. I love that one because again, it's very open ended and the kids don't get bored with it. And that's mostly what we play with. So before I bought this kit, we pretty much had all those toys that were in the kit. We just didn't have the magnetic little container that she had. And so I travel with, it's just like this little rectangle that you can put on the tray table. And so my kids will build all kinds of things with those magnetiles. When we were on our way back from Puerto Rico, it came in handy because the flight was delayed and then it was just a hot mess. And so literally we were sitting there on the plane for over an hour while he just played with that before we even took off. And so that was very helpful. So yeah, right now they love magnetiles. We also love the Yoto. If you guys have heard of that, the mini Yoto Mini, it's like basically audiobooks for kids and they can control it. So I love that because it's screen free. It's awesome. There's all different kinds of books. My 6-year-old loves Harry Potter. And so it's like this little box and you put cards in it, which are the books, and then it plays it. And so we have all kinds, like Room on the Broom, Harry Potter, on and on. They have like every book. You can make your own books. There's hacks too to get like.
I don't have this. I need this.
It is nice. DM me and I'll tell you some ways you can get all kinds of cards and stuff.
So funny. This weekend during this girls trip that we did, every time someone says something, I'm like, send a link, put on the link right now. I need it. Like random things, like, oh, this barrel jeans from Gap. I'm like, I want them. Put them on the Gap. And they're like, oh, I'm taking, creatine or whatever, some powder thing for the muscles. I'm like, I want it. We need this. Like, if you send me the link, I'll get it. I need this.
Yes, I know. I'm always like,
one year I made the mistake of forgetting to pack Ford's headphones for his tablet. It was torture because he wanted to watch it. And he wasn't allowed to because you can't have audio. They're so strict with it. So strict. Whatever you do overpack. And then I think I ended up having to buy some for like a ridiculous amount of dollars at the airport. I was like, it was horrible. So lesson learned, first thing I always pack are headphones for Ford because I realized they don't really use when he's at home and he does his tablet or when he has it, like wherever we're, somewhere out, he doesn't use the headphones. So
For me,
I feel like
preloading the tablet is the number one thing. Like downloading shows beforehand, making sure you renew the license of the episodes that you downloaded beforehand. This is this is one of those like unseen tasks, but like it's
time consuming.
So important.
Yes.
So important.
And I always tell moms to practice having your kids wear the headphones, right? Nobody wants to give their kid extra screen time. However, like it is different. Like you said, your kid's sitting there at home with a tablet. They're used to just having it without the headphones. And so they don't understand. Like I remember this on our first trip with headphones. My son was like, no, I don't want to listen. And I made the mistake of buying these headphones that were kids safe. So they only went up to like 80 decibels
like,
or something.
Can't hear anything. Yes, I know.
Yes. And so we're sitting there on the plane and he's like, I can't hear. And he wants to watch the show. It was awful. So don't get those kids safe headphones and make sure you practice with them.
How about snacks? Did you go? Because I feel like snacks for me are a lifesaver. And I learned this through Karen. I always overpack the snacks. And in all fairness, he will eat every single thing I packed for him. It's like, I packed for 5 children. Like, why is everything gone? But you know what? I'm happy about it. I don't regret it at all. And I think it's
I'm
been
a Costco,
big,
basically. I am a walking Costco when I travel.
It's made a big difference in our travels.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I take them everywhere with me. Literally, I have this hideous gallon-sized Ziploc bag full of snacks. I tell myself all the time I'm going to get one of those cute little see-through bags that say snacks on them or whatever, you know. No, I just have the gallon-sized Ziploc bag with tons of snacks. But I will say, when we go on airplane rides, I try to make it real cutesy for them, and I try to make it healthy too. Like I don't want them having a sugar high on the airplane. So we have these really cute little containers, 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 8 little squares in them. And then I just put like dried apples, dried mangoes, like any kind of like fruits or things, grapes, whatever. And then I will put a few random like sweets, something to get them excited. And so they love that. I also make sure like if it's a big trip, we're leading up to it and we have time, I take them to Central Market with me because they have the like wholesale candy or whatever. And I'm like, okay, you each get to pick out 2, 5 pieces, whatever. And so, you know, they weigh like nothing, a couple pieces of candy. So they get such a variety, but it's not like a ton of candy, if that makes sense. So in their little square inside their snack bin, they have like 5 different candies that they're excited. They know when they're on their plane, they get to try. And then there's all the fruit and the other things that they're going to be eating as well. And so we always do that. I love those snack bins. And there's so many healthy
containers make such a difference too. Like one of our friends, Mother Could, we had her on the podcast. She, you know, has some of the items she saw. She has this little snack box, and just aesthetically, the fact that he could open it and be able to like see, you know,
it's actually a fishing tackle box.
I know, but it's like it's great. We made it as a snack box, but it's great.
No, I'm done with being like it's the aesthetic. I'm like it's a fishing tackle box.
It's just
but they can see it all. I've done it with pill bottles, not bottles, but pill
carrier
containers.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, carriers. Yes, the Monday, Tuesday, Friday, whatever. I've done that too. So you can fit like a few goldfish in one, a few whatever in each thing. And so that was fun. We also have done like snack bracelets. And so this gives them something to do on the plane, keeps them occupied. So like we get pipe cleaner and then they can make a bracelet out of anything round. So like Cheerios, Apple Jacks. Yeah, there's those Lifesavers, the gummies, the hard candy, all kinds of stuff. Like I just, again, go to Central Market and look for things that are circular and they can make necklaces and then they eat them after they make it. It's a whole activity on the plane. It saves us.
My son went through a big coloring stage, which I loved. And for some reason lately, he's just like not
over
that
it.
much. Right. Unless it's like a Pokemon thing he could color, then he like, but it's also, I guess, identifying like what they're into in that season of their lives, right? Because what used to work for you last trip is probably not as core, popular, or, you know, fun for them. So it's also like being very intentional about what you're purchasing to keep them entertained that they like.
I used to get coloring books that were about the place that we were going if it was somewhere new.
So cute.
Which was really nice because that way, like on the plane, we could be like, oh, look, this is where we're going. And this is this. I did that a few times. So it was super nice.
That is so cute. I'm definitely using that. When we are going to places, I'll go to the library. Like we're supposed to be going to Mexico City. And I got some different books about Mexico City. We were watching Eva Longoria's show that she has about Mexico. Yes, and so I like to do that stuff, but I've never seen or thought of a coloring book for
At
where we're
this
going.
point,
That's
you
so
could
cool.
probably also just ask ChatGPT, like, make me a coloring page. I'm serious. Make me
Yeah,
a
and for
coloring
free.
page for printout of this city, whatever, for my 6-year-old. Like, and
I'm
print a
gonna
bunch
do
of
that. I'm
those
gonna
out.
ask you
If you
to
don't have a
do it. I'm gonna
printer.
ask you to print it, and then I'm like,
But yeah, these are I have travel tips too. Yeah.
No, that's a good one. I love it, and it's
what was the
free, so
one
that's cool.
location, Tabitha, that would surprise you? That you were like, you know what, I don't know about this for the kids, for the boys, and then you were like, wow, this is like actually was very kid friendly, and I would totally recommend it.
Um, okay, so this may sound strange, but it was actually Michigan. My husband's family is from Michigan, and to me, I'm like, Michigan, like that's the middle of nowhere. Like, what is even there? I do not want to
What
spend all
time
this
of the
money.
year was this? Was it like
Yeah, yeah.
spring, or was it like?
Yeah, no, it
We're
was
Miami girls,
definitely
so
summer.
anything below
Like, it sounds
60
cool.
is like put the
Yes,
price heater on.
yeah, no,
By the way,
that's me.
next
I'm
week
from
is oh,
South
it's gonna get
Texas.
cold in
I know.
Miami,
I'm so excited.
Oh my
so
goodness.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna turn
I'm
on
supposed to be visiting
the stay warm air.
my two college roommates. They went to the University of Miami
Oh,
soon, and so hopefully it won't be too cold though when I see them. But yeah,
yeah.
we went to Michigan, and it was amazing. It was in the summer, okay, but they have it's called the UP, the Upper Peninsula,
Mm-hmm.
and so we went to Traverse City, which is known as like the cherry capital of
So
the US or the
cute.
world. Yeah, it's so cute. It's right there on Michigan, Lake Michigan, and the water is so clear. Like I am used to the Gulf of Mexico water,
Yeah, right.
and like as far as the and my family, I have family in Iowa, so we grew up on the Mississippi River, which is muddy, gross water. No, Lake Michigan is gorgeous. It is so clear. And then we went up to the Upper Peninsula, and they have this island there called Mackinac Island, and there are no cars allowed on the island, so you can bike the whole thing, and they make
So
like fudge
cute.
everywhere. It is the cutest. They have horse-drawn carriages to take you everywhere. It has one of like the world wonders on the island or something. Like it has this famous arch that's so beautiful that you can like hike to. It is gorgeous. And so yeah, we love Michigan. I was so surprised. I was blown away. We did a pictured rocks tour. They have these huge cliffs on the lake. It's just yeah, it's very surprising. And we've been, like I said, to all over Mexico, Hawaii, Costa Rica, on and on, Malaysia. Like, yeah.
I love that. And I love finding new little spots. I mean, I'm also big on like, I just want to follow someone's itinerary. Like, do it for me. Like, copy and paste, forward it for me. I'll do exactly the same thing. I'm like, I'm not getting creative. You know what I mean? Like, I feel there's two type of travelers. One that they like to do the research and do the
There's me,
homework.
and then there's
And
you.
like, do you know, have like a Pinterest. But I don't, I'm like, just give me the document. Like, you know, if you want, here's my
Yes, you
credit
just
card,
showed
book
up
it
for the
for me. I'm
party.
just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's why you guys balance each other out, right? Like you can't both be doing all the research and then want to do different things. Like you're just here for the party, have some fun, and then you have it all planned out. All the fun
How's
is
your
flowing.
husband, Tabitha? Like, is he very involved, or he's just like, hey, where are we going? What are we doing? Or how does that work for you guys?
It is so funny because in general, he is very much type A. Everything's planned out to the T. Like before I started staying at home and then started this business, I was like, he planned everything, all the vacations, and I just showed up and I was like, whatever, babe, I'm here. And then now that he is working full time and I get to stay home and do this, I plan everything out and he just shows up. And I'm like, oh, must be nice. It's going to be fun.
Amazing. So, okay,
No, but
if
he's like
you
the pack mule. He carries all the things.
amazing. That's so great.
I know that's the one thing about I miss about being married. It's just like someone carrying my passport. Like, you know, you take care of the documents, you take care of like whatever. Like, I'm just here for a good time, you know?
Yes.
Okay, top 3 travel tips to kind of close us off here. What are the top 3 things that are must know for traveling as we prepare for our holiday season travel?
With our toddlers and
Or
young
yeah.
kids.
Oh goodness. top 3. Okay. So definitely if you are flying, make sure you sign up for those reward points, right? That's free money for you. So sign up for any kind of rewards, anything like you were saying, the hotel, these are all free. And so sign up for those ahead of time so you don't have to worry about them day of. And then second, I would say if you are traveling for family, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, my family is I love them, but they're wild. And so just make sure to bring some kind of activities for your kids outside. Like you're going to grandma's house and she has all these pretties in her house or whatever that your kid's going to be trying to touch or something. Like take them outside, bring chalk, like bring a scooter, whatever you can. I feel like just be flexible. That's the big one. So number 2 would be flexible and just be okay with things being chaos. It's going to happen at some point. Just roll with it. And then my third one would probably be to just have fun. Like at the end of the day, this is your child's childhood and this is your motherhood. Like looking back, your kids are going to be grown and you're going to have these memories of you and your kids together. You want to value those memories. You don't want to be like, man, I was so stressed. And so, it's just like you were saying, like 5 and 6, our kids are already getting out of that toddler stage and getting into
that's
the older kids.
When I'm like looking at prices for stuff like during the holiday, I'm like, I shouldn't be spending this, but this is my motherhood. This is my child's childhood. Like, let me just
this is my life. I only have one.
This is my life.
Let's go.
No, God will provide. God will provide. He never fails.
Hello.
But it's true. I think there's people sometimes don't value, the intangible, which is like creating these memories, like having these years with your children when they're small and like kind of, being with them when they're getting to discover new things and new places. And again, obviously being financially responsible and making right decisions. But I do think that it's worth allocating, or saving and putting that money away, thinking about things from that perspective.
Yeah.
100%. And like, I have my master's in education. Education is so important to me. Like I am, like I said, we go to the library all the time and are checking out books about where we're going, like learning about, and you can get so many resources for free. Again, budget tip at the library. But one of the biggest determining factors of a child's success when they start school, and like there are studies that prove this, is a child's background knowledge. You are providing them those tools in their toolkit right now by giving them that background knowledge. They understand what different things are when they travel and experience them. And so I think it is the best tool for our kids to have in life in general, is we are providing them these experiences that it's not just a vacation. They're not just going to have fun, but they are truly learning on these trips.
Yes. Yep. Say no more. I'm booking the trip.
She's like, London, here I come.
I'm pulling the trigger.
Tabetha, remind us
all
where people can.
Paddington Bear claims to be Peruvian. There's a connection there.
That's it. She's spiraling. Remind people where they can follow Peruvian, you. By the way, where they can follow you to stay connected.
Yes. Follow me at TW Travel Tricks on Instagram. And right now I'm doing a series on the Christmas capital of Texas, all about my town we live in here in Grapevine. And I just constantly am posting itineraries and tips and tricks to try to help out moms. That's why I started this, just wanting to help one mom to another. You can do it. Provide your kids those experiences and don't care what other people think.
I love that. Thank you so much, Tabatha. Have a great day. Safe travels this season.
Thank you. Y'all too. Bye-bye.